Hey there, and welcome back to our kitchen. My name is Emily, and this is Lauren, and we are two of Festival's Mealtime Mentors. Today we are working with Smithfield to bring you 3 easy bacon-wrapped recipes.
That's right. We are featuring Smithfield's Patrick Cudahy bacon today, which we're super excited to use. And one of the reasons why we love Smithfield is that they're another local Wisconsin company, just like us, based out of Cudahy, Wisconsin. So let's get started on some of our fun recipes that we have today.
Let's do it. So today we are featuring a couple different appetizer recipes, but we're actually going to start with a fun side dish recipe. So we're making some bacon-wrapped asparagus bundles. So what we have here are just some asparagus spears that are cleaned and trimmed. We're just going to take a handful, about 5 or 6 spears, and bundle them up, and then take a slice of bacon and wrap it right around the center. You could use a full slice. We're using half slices. It really, just whatever you want to use. All right, and then we'll do one more.
And while you're doing that, Emily, I'm going to just mix up a little oil mixture that we're going to drizzle over the top of the asparagus, just to prevent it from drying out and add a little bit of extra flavor. So I've got a little bit of olive oil here, adding some garlic powder, a little bit of pepper, and then a little bit of salt.
Perfect.
Just gonna whisk this up.
This is a really simple side dish, but because they're nice and bundled up with some bacon, it just seems very fancy or elegant, perfect for a holiday dinner or party.
So just gonna drizzle just a little bit, just enough so that it doesn't dry out.
Perfect. All right, so this would go into the oven at 425 for about 15 minutes, or until the asparagus is nice and tender crisp and that bacon is nice and crispy and cooked throughout.
Excellent. All right, so moving on to our appetizers. One of my favorites that I'm super excited about are our bacon-wrapped dates. And our dates are actually stuffed with goat cheese, which is really fun. So in order to stuff our dates, we have to slice them, and actually we need to get the pit out as well. So I'm not slicing it all the way through, just enough where I can get in there and grab this pit. So the pit is about this big. It's not super big, but it definitely makes some room for our goat cheese. So we're just using some crumbled goat cheese from our deli cheese island. There is also goat cheese that comes in more of a log, where you would maybe use like a knife, so that works as well. But crumbled works great too.
And you could use other types of cheeses as well, maybe like a blue cheese.
Yes, definitely.
And if you want to make this dairy-free, you could also use almonds or pecans. That would also be really delicious in this little appetizer. Perfect. So while Lauren's finishing that up, I'm going to go ahead and take one of these and wrap it with the bacon. Again, you just use a little piece of bacon here, about a half or a third. And then we can take a toothpick and stick it in here. And there we have one of those.
So these are gonna would bake in the oven at 350. They'd bake for 10 minutes. You'd take them out. What you would do is actually you would kind of turn this so that it's on its side, cook it, bake it for another 5 to 7 minutes. You take it out again. You'd want to turn it again. Essentially, we just want to make sure all the different sides the bacon gets cooked through.
Sure. All right, and then the last appetizer are going to be some bacon-wrapped barbecued chicken bites. And I have made this for a party before, and it's definitely a hit. So what we have here is some chicken breasts that we've cubed up into about 1-inch pieces, and we've tossed it with a little bit of barbecue sauce. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take one of these pieces and wrap it with a piece of bacon.
And we should note too that we actually took the bacon slices and cut them in half.
Yes.
Since we don't need to wrap it around several different times, a half a slice of bacon is more than enough to get it fully wrapped.
Right, yep. And the great thing about this recipe is that because the bacon has quite a bit of fat, we don't actually have to spray the pan.
Yes.
It should be nice and nonstick.
And it prevents all of these things from drying out too.
Yep.
Which is really nice.
Yep, so these chicken bites will bake in a 350-degree oven for about an hour, or until that chicken is cooked through and the bacon again is done. After they're cooked, you could add some more barbecue sauce if you really want more of that barbecue sauce flavor.
Perfect. Well, I'm going to take our pan back. We actually have some that are already cooked and done and ready for us to try. So I'm going to exchange that.
I am going to go ahead and wash my hands. So it might be a little bit surprising that we as dietitians are making a bunch of bacon-wrapped recipes, but something that we really emphasize is that we believe that all foods can fit into a healthy, balanced diet. It just is more or less paying attention to serving sizes and eating and enjoying things in moderation.
Yeah. These look awesome.
They do, and they smell great too, that bacon.
I love too just how fancy bacon-wrapped things can look when actually they're really easy, especially with the asparagus as a nice side dish. You can really wow your guests around the holidays when you're doing more of that entertaining.
And I love how these are pre-portioned, so you can just enjoy one or two.
Yep.
In moderation.
Exactly. Okay, I'm gonna go for a date because clearly those are my favorite.
And I love these chicken bites, so
Yum.
let's dig in.
Show you the bacon off. There's nothing like just a little bit of bacon.
It adds so much flavor. Yum.
So good.
Well, we hope you give these bacon-wrapped recipes a try.
And for more holiday recipe ideas and resources from your mealtime mentors, visit bestfoods.com/holidays.